David Crosby disrespects Eddie Van Halen and infuriates fans, and Ozzy Osbourne returns to the road. According to Sharon Osbourne, we got a lot to get to. Stick with us. Good afternoon and welcome to Rockfeed. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new here, please take one moment and hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss updates about your favorite bands. Before we talk about Dave Crosby, let's talk about Ozzy Osbourne, who will apparently be returning to the road after a series of illnesses, injuries, and of course a pandemic to boot. Sharon Osbourne tells Planet Rock Radio that the Ozman himself will actually be going back on tour, and they are now in the process of planning that. They are currently dealing with those health setbacks, and he is still actually getting treatment and recovering. He's doing very well. It says he did with a staph infection, pneumonia, a serious fall in his bedroom, and of course, a diagnosis from Parkinson's disease. She was asked by Planet Rock Radio how Ozzy is doing, and he says, "I'm having physiotherapy 5 days a week. I'm slowly but surely getting..." Ask Sharon. She can say how I'm doing better than I can. And Sharon says, for Ozzy, when everybody had to go into lockdown, it kind of set him back because he couldn't do his physiotherapy. He had nearly 5 months of no physio. And in those 5 months, I think all he did was lie on the couch, watch TV, and eat. It kind of set him back, but he's back to where he was before the pandemic since he's been back working with the physio every day, and I can see an improvement. But it's hard for Ozzy because you don't see yourself as you really are. He's getting there, he is, but he will get back and be on that stage. He says when they get the vaccine and people start going to do gigs, you can imagine how many tours are going to be out at once. And they were talking about how they're going to struggle to find venues. And Sharon says, well, that's the thing right now. No, honestly, you get right because everybody's booking their tours again for like 2022. And to find availabilities right now, it's crazy. Agents and facilities are going nuts trying to get everybody back. It will be exciting. I think it'll be a very exciting time when bands go back, and it'll be joyous. Ozzy's tour has been rebooked, the British tour. He'll be back in 2022. You know, we just carry on as normal. We've been doing loads of TV shows here and there, and you've just got to keep going until Ozzy can go back live. He's in the studio right now doing a new album. We're going to do a movie on Ozzy's life story. He's got to do the soundtrack to that, so it'll keep him busy. Let's just put it that way. And of course, there will also be some tours that hopefully can resume next year in 2021 as well. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I was obviously previously wrong about this when I thought that, most tours were actually going to resume in June when this all started. It's just really hard to measure when these sort of things are going to come back, but we hope they'll come back sooner rather than later so we can get Ozzy on stage. There's a point here, though. There are a lot of people who are saying, Sharon is forcing Ozzy out on the stage. She's just forcing him to go, and he doesn't want to perform. Look, two things can be true at once. I think Sharon and Ozzy, they probably love making money. They probably love being rich and stuff like that. But I also think that Ozzy does want to be on the stage. I think if anybody is out there saying, oh no, Ozzy really doesn't want to perform, I think that would be untrue. I think that Ozzy definitely does want to perform more than anything. He has said that on his own repeatedly. Does anybody think that Sharon is forcing Ozzy to get up there on stage? I do think that some people feel that, but I think that it really is false. And say what you want about her. I'm sure she's a pretty cutthroat business person, but Ozzy Osbourne makes his own decisions. And if he wants to get out there and perform on the stage, I think that's exactly what he should do. And if you want to go see it, you should go see it. If you don't want to go see it, you have that choice as well. Everybody gets a choice here, folks. So let's talk about good old-fashioned David Crosby, who really acted like an asshole yesterday. And so Dave's always snarky tweeting on Twitter, the asshole of the internet. And he is asked by a fan yesterday, I know you're not into metal, David, but what's your opinion on Eddie Van Halen? So he's asked this, and there's two sides to this, and I want to be really fair to David Crosby with all due respect to him. He's great. And so David says, whatever. Just kind of dismissive of Eddie Van Halen. So, This really pissed people off. That 374 likes, there's like 500 or 600 responses down here of people who are very angry with him. You can see good old Alex Skolnick from Testament here saying, I appreciate David Crosby too much for it to get in the way, but a much better answer would have been, I know he meant a lot to so many, but his sounds and styles just weren't my thing. Patti Smith doesn't seem like she's ever been much of a Van Halen fan either, but she posted this, basically paying respect to Eddie Van Halen. Tracy Guns wrote, wrong answer as F and rude as F. They are better ways to say you don't care for someone's music. This was very disrespectful, and yes, straight out F you and your smug answer. Very much made him angry. And David Crosby has come out and cleaned this up a little bit. He responded about a day later after it became apparent that he had really made people angry about this. But I just want to say that, one, I do think David Crosby was probably being a bit of an asshole here. I don't know what he was thinking when he thought that, he came out and, I don't really care about him. And it's okay not to care about people who are celebrities, and it doesn't have to be your thing. I don't think that he hates Eddie Van Halen or anything like that. I just think that he wasn't really thinking, and it was one of those missteps. And that's basically what he's coming out and saying now. He posted this, Hendrix changed the world of guitar. No one else really. Look, I get most of you loved Van Halen, and the one time I met him, he was nice and he was very talented. Met to me means I don't care that much, and doesn't mean he wasn't good. He was just not for me. So I think it's plausible that he's just not very self-aware and he doesn't understand what meh means. Sometimes people use language on the internet that is derived from meme culture and stuff like that, and so they don't really get it. So I could definitely see that, with all due respect to David Crosby. I just think, got to think these things through a little bit more, Dave, and, really pay respect where respect is due here for Eddie Van Halen, no doubt about it. He really pissed some people off, but again, let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Let's not go and cancel him or anything like that. Let's show him a little bit of respect, folks. All right, we're going to respond to some comments and answer some questions. If you'd like to record a voice message to appear on the show, you can simply click the link in the description and record an audio message, and it might be played here, and I may answer it. Let's answer some comments. About the video yesterday with Five Finger Death Punch guitarist Jason Hook now leaving the band, Andy Hansen said, welp, the only member with any talent just left. Respectfully disagree, and I love Jason Hook. Plenty of talent still in that band, Five Finger Death Punch. Their new guitarist, Andy James, is a monster. Obviously, they're all very, very talented members. That's the truth. Aaron Chef says, I think you need to move your camera closer to your head. That's a good suggestion, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think that I should zoom this in even closer, maybe to the point where it's just my entire face and that's all you can see and there's no backdrop at all. So I'm definitely open to that as well. All right, folks, again, you can leave a voice message. I would prefer to do this with voice messages. You can do so by clicking the link that says leave a voice message in the comments, and you can record it, and I may play it on the show. All right, folks, that is all for now. Again, thank you so much for joining us today and every day at Rockfeed, and I'll see you all very soon.